Shout out to Haley. She made me pistachio Christmas cookies, and I didn't realize you can put powdered sugar on the top of a warm cookie and it will turn into a glaze, like an icing. She killed it. And I got a snow day. So I was like, I gotta do something. I haven't put nothing out there for a minute. And I'm like, I should do something. So this is called a saguaro cactus. The reason why I painted it was because of the conflict I was going through. And at the time, I feel this is innate in men. There's like a stubbornness and an arrogance that even they themselves, they know it will get them in trouble, but they still have this desire to fulfill that. And there's this story that I heard about with these granddaddy cactuses, because they take like 300 years to be an old growth. And where is it? Oh, here, different. Give me 1 second. It's about a man who's like hating it. Whatever. I can't find it, so I'm not gonna tell. I don't know if I'll tell it right or not. There's a man who's being like belligerent. And mind you, this cactus, it takes like so long to develop that by the time it does, it has an entire ecosystem that is living off of it. So it's like this old, energetic, great source, you know, that took forever to develop. And this fucking asshole is like shooting at it, whatever he's doing. Maybe he's throwing rocks at it. Eventually, he has a red car and he gets crushed, and his car gets crushed by one of the arms of the cactus, and it kills him. But this cactus is so mighty and it took so long to develop that it's like barely a dent to it. And so I was in my rage and I was like, I'm painting this shit on this cactus. And then when I finally got to Ohio, before it was like green and blue and browns and like it was a completely different shape and stuff. It actually looked similar to the old growth. But then when I got here, I really struggled to paint, and I decided to start working on it. And at the time, I just hated all the colors and they didn't go well with my room. So I decided this is where it's been. And I made it much smaller, completely different shape, all these things. Fast forward, Haley's mom's come over, check out the place, and I'm telling this story to one of her moms. And she says, that's really dark. And so I quit painting it because I was like really sad and like, not embarrassed, but more like that vulnerability, like when it's not well received, is very inverting, if that makes sense for me. So I'm telling Haley about this as things have progressed in time, and Haley goes, I think that you should just add lightness to it, but it's okay for it to be dark. And so I don't know how I feel yet, but I'm gonna see, because the more I've been looking into feng shui too, it feels as though you should not be having like deathly images in your home. So I do want to take that into account. However, I suppose I'm not very attached to it. So like, I could make it dark and it might be easier to let go. I tend to not let go of my paintings. So I'm like, but it looks childlike because this is the first draft that I painted over it. Like, I'll show you that's a little Kali Ma, and then, or Kali, whatever. And then that's like a weird geometric, but I don't really fuck with them too much. I'll show you more like, oh, you probably can't see it too well, but there's a bunch of faces on the other side, and then like a little Garden of Babylon right there. But yeah, I don't need to be showing all that. That's my space. So I'm gonna get back to the jazz, and I think I'm gonna do some white. That's what I poured, so I'm like, might as well. I'm Barbara Ross and hoes all day. No copyright. I'm like, thank God. No. Oh well. It's the first time I've ever had a snow day from work in my whole life. But I guess Washington, it doesn't snow like that the way Ohio does. And apparently Ohio, or I'm sorry, Columbus snows way less than Cleveland. This is how I make them all. Just freestyle, different moods. There's nothing left to do, you know? Like, I have to transmute it.
Weigh your budget.
I listened to 50 Cent this morning, and it inspired me to write. And I would read it to you, but I wrote it on my phone, but it was beefed up. I felt very inspired by my ability to just be like, wah, talking all this shit. It's just where I am, I guess, but it was cool. I was like, I like him. Here's what I was like. I like him because he calls out all this zesty shit, agenda shit within the rap community, and like he just blasts them so hard. Like before all the Diddy stuff, but I feel like that's the most mainstream. But I like people who push the social norm, and like it doesn't really matter what's thought of them, because first of all, he probably can beat the ass of most of these people, so it's like they're not really gonna step to him. And then he's smarter than them, and like if he's connected, which it does seem he is, it's like I don't really know how people are gonna come up against that, you know? Like it's that there are just those people There are just those people, but it's few and far between, in my opinion, with men. Like, I definitely see more women who carry that energy. Like, damn, bitch, what you gonna do? Can't do shit. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I just pulled a dragon out. Can you see it? This is me. This is like every step of the way. You can use painting as a form of divination if you freestyle, and it's like you might have a concept, and if you let the detail work within the concept be more free flowing, your eyes will naturally select images in your mind that are akin to what you're processing emotionally. And the colors you use are very important, and all these things are, primed to figure out what God is either saying to you or your subconscious, or however you want to look at it. Is a very great way to learn about yourself. And also, I've used it a lot. How do I say it? Like, it's like a time capsule to me. You can always, it's almost like you locked your energy in that little capsule. Especially if you do something, if it takes a long time, not even just you work on it for short periods over a long period, but you work on it for long periods over a long period, and you have changed in that time. and the image refines so much from what you initially were gonna have it be. I like that. Like, I think the painting I made in exchange for my dog, that was definitely my greatest work as far as just precision and application. Yeah. That was an amazing, and it was a larger too. It was an amazing piece. This is a much smaller one, and it had like so much sacred geometry in it and stuff. It was very cool. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I don't feel ready, I guess, totally to be posting. I don't feel sure of what or how I want to go about it, but I do think there's an opportunity from it for me to make another go at selling my art in one way. I'm not really interested in tattooing. I could be, but as of right now, I just don't really want contact physically. But I could see myself for sure blowing glass. And it's so cold out here. Like, it's snowing. I don't really have the drive to be fucking around in a shop all day. So I think it's maybe a little bit of laziness on my behalf, but painting is very ideal. So I'm like, yay, you can't really get anything accomplished if you don't be consistent on it. I do plan to do more tarot, but I'm just not feeling it lately. I feel like there's a lot of things I'm thinking through, so I'm like, I only want to show up with positive energy. Or like, it comes to a point where like, I don't want what I'm feeding my potential audience to be dark. Like, what started me posting it was never, I didn't anticipate to make a channel with that being the default. It was more like I was in a place that I felt for whatever reason led to do it. And it really was just like for me. But then I think with time, I understood that I've always kind of had this obligation to care about not care about myself, but a better way to put it is I really like Nate Jackson, this comedian from Tacoma. And I tried to Uno reverse it, and I was like, what if Nate Jackson was too insecure to get on stage? Then every one of the people who love his shit would be suffering because they don't have his fucking content. You know what I mean? Like, things develop at time. No one gets on stage and is an amazing comedian off the bat. It's like he's been doing this shit 20 years. So the shit that I like to watch of him, his crowd work and his talking and all that, like, it refined with time. So I just feel that I need to, kind of find my way. But I want to approach it now with a different energy because I'm in a different energy. It just takes time. But I was like, I gotta get something done because it's been like 10 days and I don't have anything dark to talk about. So it's like, I want to approach it, I guess, more grounded. I don't know what I really want, I guess. I'm saying I guess a lot. I'm saying a lot, but I had to take a break from weed for a couple days, and then I started smoking it again, and it helped me a lot. I wrote something about that today, that if there's a duality to good and evil, right? It's innate in everything. And so if God, I believe cannabis is a good substance, along with many other medicines. So if God puts that here, I felt that reintroducing it to myself created different thinking, different energy, different thinking, different forms of creativity, especially because I had taken a break. And I wasn't upset that my dreams were stopping because I was having pretty intense dreams. So it was like, for my particular situation, it was very beneficial to start smoking it again. And I conceptually felt that I really liked the devil lived concept. And like, if, is it even gonna show up right? Oh no, wait. Oh wait, so I'll have to do it like this. Hopefully that shows up right. How weird. This is weird. Ah! Okay, so devil. I want to make sure it fits. That's so crazy. This is so great. Oh my god, maybe I found it right here in this moment. That's dope. I think I did. Hell yeah. This is fucking lit. This is lit. I like this. Okay. I really get so infatuated with all of this, like etymology, or even just the, I don't know what it would be called, the back and forth thing. Dang, I fucked it up. Well, I didn't fuck it up. I'll turn it into a triangle. You gotta turn mistakes into miracles. And if I can't clean it up, no, I got it. I'm trying to not edit things so much in my life. I think I start getting confused when I'm trying to posture. Like, and it's actually something I really despise in other people. The mask is so... It's as though you, in my life, when I can see people putting on a front, it is so apparently clear to me that it's almost like they might as well be wearing a real mask. It's like I could see it right away. So it's so unattractive to me that I'm trying to find a way to build the confidence to format something, but also don't be fake, you know, because that's not going to be beneficial. And yeah, forcing it is not really for me. So consistency is difficult in that regard, because also I'll practice different crafts. Like, you know, I'm writing psychological things, but I'm writing comedy skits, and like I'm obsessively doing tarot, but then I'm also singing, and like I would like to be learning an instrument soon as well. So it's like, I don't know, I do. And then some days it's like, I need to lay in bed and eat chocolate, or I need to clean, and I don't got time for all that shit. So it's like, if I'm working, you know, it's hard to have that consistency because I'm still in a like, things are just, I'm in the calm. So it's like, damn, you know, it's hard to explain. But with time, it will all come together. Like, there will be a digestible story. But right now, there's not that. And I don't ever, I suppose, feel the need to explain it. But I have people who really do love me, who didn't play a role in that back home. And, like, you know, they're rooting for me and want to hear from me. So I have to find a way to make it entertaining, authentic, while feeling worthy enough to do it, you know? It's just a natural... Like, people want to act like... I don't know. When I go on social media, all that there is crash outs and toxicity, right? And that is what makes money. So it's like, when the people actually know the person crashing out and they haven't made any money yet, or crashing out, mentally ill, whatever, sorry, it's like it's ammunition for them to be a judge and a bully. But if I had money, like, they'd be feeding into it, or friends, family, whatever. It's like the people who judge you without knowing where you're coming from, or it's sad, really. So it's like, I suppose my point is to let go of some of the stuff I know, like, not hoard it to myself. And it's really about building the confidence to believe that I know something, or that I have a connection that I depend on, and it seemed to fucking help me. Okay? So that takes a lot of ridicule from your interpersonal lives, and it takes a while to navigate how you're gonna actually be, how you want to show up in the world. It's not something I feel the need to rush or overextend my personal story boundary. Like, boundaries is annoying because everyone uses them, but I practice them. That's the difference. I practice them. So I don't overextend, and I feel the need to only say as much as I feel the need to say. And that goes for all my videos. I went out of my way to withhold a lot, obviously. So with time, I like to make something cool with it. That's what I was trying to get at. But I guess I feel a little bit like struggling with myself on having, the authority to be like, yeah, I fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about, but not be a bitch. See, I'm still in that bitch energy, and I've been trying to get rid of it. Or like, I like to stop cussing so much, but it's just like, it's wherever you come from. That does play a role. You have to deprogram yourself, and it takes a lot of, it takes time, not because it's a slow process, but because you have to see the patterns and get confirmation from the world around you as you do it. So the reflection takes time. The brain development takes time, So, yes. But anyway, substances, right? So there's devil and lived in my writing today. The spelling, whatever, we went through that. If you, like me, are struggling with coming out of an old version of yourself, and I guess it's so person to person, because I know that weed is not going to lead me to drinking. Like, I don't know I don't agree. I never went to AA. I'm coming up on 1 year without alcohol, and I did go to retreats, but I am opposed to any steps to self or steps to God. Like, I'm adverse to it. So like, I read steps when I cook or when I bake, but like, there's something within my psyche that does not like following someone else's protocol or regimen or what they say I need to or not need to. Because if I didn't have such a problem with that, to be real, I would have joined the military after this family thing. I really was like, I mean, I don't want to get brainwashed deep like that, but it's also like, I just felt like I had nothing. I just felt like there was it was gonna have to be an organization, and I just felt like in the military, at least I could do some crazy shit. Like, I wasn't really interested in being a cop, because it's crazy, but it's like, you still have to go home. And if you don't have a home, then you really can be, a soldier. And you could just be like, that's it. That's what it is. Like, and I believe in myself and the brain and God enough to understand I could deprogram myself. But I knew, obviously, it would take a lot of time. So coming here was obviously the better choice. I'm a rampant. Well, if you use this substance, sometimes you can live. Overuse this substance, that's when it's the devil. That's all I was trying to get at. It was really, I shouldn't have smoked weed before this, but I needed to. That's what I had to do.